So he was a bigamist.
He was a bigamist and a pedophile on the same day. Hey everybody, welcome back in the shed. I'm Troy. This is Dave.
Howdy.
Today we're talking about the top 3 party songs because we're still celebrating our 1-year anniversary. If you watched our last episode, we had some special guests. We had T. Aguilar, Tommy Kruger, and Bill Doss, who were on our original In the Shed episodes that we put out when we started this in 2015. And then we took
Troy had to have another kid, and that kind of screwed up the whole
Is that what
timeline.
happened? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was. How's Lennon now? 8?
He's 8. So.
Yeah. So that kind of caused a little interruption, but we came back.
I don't think it was just that. We ran out of musicians. We were interviewing just local musicians, and I think we went through them all. It seems like. And we got old. I don't know anybody anymore.
Yeah,
anyway.
we had like 39 episodes. But Troy then came back to me after we'd been dead for several years, and he said, let's do it differently. Let's do one where we're just going to talk about
music.
Talk about music without the musicians necessarily. And that's what we're doing now, and we're going to do top 3 party songs.
Top 3 party songs because we're still partying, like I said. So what's your number 3 party song? I can't wait to hear. Because I don't know his picks. He doesn't know my picks.
You're not going to get this one.
You never know. Let's do it. What's your number 3?
All right. I'm going to go with Journey, The Party's Over.
I don't know that song.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
It came out, it was like the last single that Journey put out with the original lineup with, Neil Schon, Steve Perry, Greg Rowley, Steve Smith, and Ross Valory. And it came out on the Captured album, which was Journey's 1981 live album. But they added that one song on that album. And it's a really good song. I mean, it's a great pop song, and it's really a guilty pleasure. But I loved it because Neil Schon plays this really cool little spare kind of guitar riff in it. And Steve Perry sings his ass off on that song. But it was a really good pop song for Journey, and it really set them up for the, the colossal success they had after Greg Rowley left and Jonathan Cain came in, and they wrote all those songs, which isn't my favorite period of Journey. But, I guess it was kind of cool in the liner notes they dedicated that song to Bon Scott.
Really?
Yeah. AC/DC had been touring with Journey before, and Bon Scott died right at the time, or obviously it was a little before that, but they just, dedicated it to him, so that was nice.
I had no idea. I never knew that Journey and AC/DC toured together. That seems like an odd
Well, they were
pairing.
opening for Journey, so, Journey was pretty huge at the time, and obviously is before Brian Johnson, because it might have flipped the other way had it gone. But anyways, that's my number 3.
That's a good number 3. I can't wait to hear the song. I don't know if I've heard it or not, but I guess we're going to find out.
We're going to find out.
Yeah. My number 3 is a song that, you don't hear anywhere ever, really. But I love this album, and I used to love this band back in the day. It's Midnight Star, No Parking on the Dance Floor.
Excuse me, madam. You're standing still in a no parking zone. If you don't get a move on that body, I'll be forced to give you a ticket. So get with it.
That's a party song? I guess it is.
Yeah, it's a party song, man. No parking on the dance floor. When you're dancing, you're partying.
I don't know that song.
You don't know that song?
Is it a rock song?
No, it's a funk. It is a hella funk song. So Midnight Star was a band that was formed in 1976 at Kentucky State University. This was their fourth album, came out in 1983. The album was called No Parking on the Dance Floor. I think it was...
I remember Midnight Star. It was like disco, wasn't it?
It was almost disco, but sort of funk at the same time. Because this was after disco, but they were a band. It was very R&B, funk.
No parking on the dance floor.
Oh, thank you, T.
No parking, baby. No parking on the dance floor.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it
yeah.
because they used the is it a vocoder? Is that what it's called? Vocoder. It's like a robot.
Talk box.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a robot sounding voice in the song.
Right. Right.
And they had another great song on that album because I actually had that cassette back in the day, and I wasn't really in that style of music at that time because I was more into heavy metal and hard rock. But
Oh, we know.
but they had another song on there that was called Freakazoid.
We got freakazoid, robots and guys. They won't stop rocking the floor.
Those songs, Freakazoid and No Parking on the Dance Floor, were breakdancing songs, man. Because when I was because this came out in 83, so I probably got into it until like 83, 84. So I was like 13, 14. And man, we would do some breakdancing, do some No Parking on the Dance Floor, man. T knows it.
All
He
right.
knows it. No parking on the dance. Hold on.
T. Aguilar is still hanging out with us after all our other guests had decided to bail wisely. But he's a glutton for punishment, so yeah, let's do it.
It's a great party song because you're not supposed to park on the dance floor. I mean, that's basically what the song is about.
Gotcha.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Eminence Front by The Who.
That's a party song?
Well, it is, if you listen to the lyrics.
I've never listened to the lyrics, I
It
guess.
was one of those Who songs that Pete Townsend sang on. And I always loved Pete's vocals as much as Roger Daltrey's. But it had that really cool F minor to C sharp kind of riff. And, at the beginning of the song, it's got this really cool little keyboard intro. And it goes in that little, riff, and then it goes into Pete playing this really cool intro lead guitar to it. What I love about it is that, Pete was never a shredder, He was one of those guys that could just play the perfect notes at the right time. And John Entwistle plays like the most awesome bass lines in that song. And, it was a song I could relate to because, when I hit my 40s, I started thinning. And there's a line in the song, the big wheel spins, the hair thins, people forget.
The wheel spins, the hair thins, people forget. Yeah.
Of course, what makes it a party song is the chorus at the end of the song. Come on, join the party, dressed to kill.
Won't you come and join our party? Dressed to kill.
It came out on the album It's Hard, and a lot of people don't really consider that one of the great Who albums, but I do. I mean, I have it. I bought it when it came out. When?
Probably when you were in college.
I was in college. How do you fucking know? But, you know, Rolling Stone actually rated that album as a 5-star album when it came out.
Wow.
And Rolling Stone wasn't known for giving out those 5 stars, especially the rock bands. But it was a great album. I concur, man. I think it's one of their best albums. But what's also kind of cool about that song is that the Dallas Mavericks, I guess Mark Cuban, it was the early 2000s, so Mark owned them back then. But they used it as their intro when the team would come out before the game, you know?
Yeah.
So that's, you know, I don't know how long they did it, but it was cool. But Pete rocks, and you know, he's one of my favorite artists of all time. So that's my number 2. What's your number 2?
My number 2, well, it's an easy one. It's Prince, 1999.
All right.
I was dreaming when I wrote this. Forgive me if it goes astray.
Also known as Prince Rogers Nelson. I had no idea that was his real name. Did you know
Whose
that?
name? Yeah, I did.
Did you really?
I'm from Minnesota.
Is that where he's from? He's from Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah, fucking A.
Did you know him then? I mean, if you knew his name, you hung out with him back in the day?
I moved when I was 15, so Prince was still honing his chops at that time. I think he's a little, we might be the same age.
Yeah, maybe so. But that was on his 5th album, which I had no idea that he had put out albums before. I never, I don't know.
His first one came out when?
When you were in college.
Exactly. Came out when I was in college. So when 1999 came out, that was really like 1983.
Yeah, 83,
somewhere around
yeah.
So I was probably,
After college.
no, I was in college.
Oh, you were in college? Okay.
Yeah.
You were in college a long time, it seems like.
Not really. I got my 132 hours or whatever it was. But no, I mean, that's phenomenal. It was a double album.
So tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999.
So that album was his first top 10 album. I think it peaked at number 9. But the song, 1999, only reached the number 44 spot until he released Little Red Corvette. And then they re-released 1999.
Yeah.
Then it shot up the charts, and I think it hit number 12. And then when he died in 2016, it actually hit the charts at number 3.
They say 2000 party oops, out of time.
Yeah, it's a great song, and I love that album. I mean, I have it, obviously, but, and I think Little Red Corvette was actually Prince's biggest selling song
Really?
off that album.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
1999 didn't. I don't think it did as good as. But everybody knows 1999 because.
And we're gonna party like it's 1999
And,
in
yeah.
1983.
Yeah, and now we can't party like it's 1999 because we're too old now.
Speak for yourself.
So tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999.
So Rolling Stone ranked that song 339 out of the top 500 rock songs of all time.
Yeah.
And did you know, which I remember the interview on David Letterman, Phil Collins admitted to stealing the dun 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 dun, dun for his studio.
No kidding.
Yeah. He said he loved the song so much. He loved that, that little riff,
Yeah.
and he used it for. He basically stole it from Prince. Fun fact: VH1 played the song or played the music video continuously on December 31st, 1998, all the way to the next day, midnight, of
really?
January 1st, 1999.
No kidding.
But it's a great party song. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it
You
was a
can't do
great video too.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love the video. I watched it recently. It's really good. So anyway, that's my number 2. What's your number 1? I can't wait to hear it. What could it be? You know what? Could it be Van Halen, Dancing in the Street? That's a party song.
Or Mick Jagger dancing in the street, or whoever else did that
There's
version.
a lot of dancing in the streets back in the day. Yeah.
No.
People like to dance in the street, I guess.
I know, but it's not that.
What is it then?
My number 1 party song is Grand Funk Railroad, We're an American Band. It was actually Grand Funk's 7th album, but it was their breakthrough album. I mean, it came out in 73.
It's crazy how bands back in the day, and especially in the 70s, could have so many albums before their breakthrough album. Like, you would never see that today. Bands would put out an album, and if they didn't do good, they're gone.
Yeah, and you consider that Grand Funk kind of started in the late 60s, and they'd played some of the biggest festivals that were out there, including the Dallas International Pop Festival, which was right after Woodstock. So I think they probably had a couple albums out at that point, but by 73 they're on their 7th album.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
crazy.
these guys are just cranking. It was their first collaboration with producer Todd Rundgren, who was kind of splitting his time between, producing and his career. Because Todd's a great producer, and that's kind of got him a lot of acclaim. He'd done a lot of other bands too. The song was kind of a cliche band on the road kind of song, like so many artists have done. But it had an undeniable hook. I mean, that was really what made that song, was that hook. We'll come into your town, we'll help you party it down. We're an American band. And the cowbell. The cowbell was great. The song has references to Sweet Sweet Connie, who a lot of people don't know, but Sweet Sweet Connie, or Connie, was probably the most famous groupie of the time, and she slept with countless
Really?
musicians. But he also references Freddie King, like, I got to tell you, poker's his thing.
All night with Freddie King. I got to tell you, poker's his thing.
But it's pretty much a song about a band on the road and all the decadence that kind of follows
All the
that.
partying they were doing.
All the partying,
Yeah.
all the girls and all that stuff. And, I think the album went to number 2, and I think the song was number 1. But I think We're an American Band is one of those great party songs.
I love it. I love
Because
that
they do
song.
talk about partying, and that's my number 1.
And that's what we're talking about today. That is a great party song, but my party song is the party song at the very top. And it is Kool and the Gang, Celebration. Kool and the Gang, Celebration is the stairway to heaven of party songs. How
Yeah.
about that?
Well, yeah. Everyone knows it.
Celebrate good times, come on.
So Celebration was off Kool and the Gang's 12th album called Celebrate. Came out in 1980.
I was in an institution at that time.
Probably a college institution.
Yes, I was.
You know what's funny? All the great music, man, came out when you were in college. You
Well,
had- I
not
think
all of it, but a lot of it did.
A lot of it did, yeah. Yeah, a lot of
it
it
was
did.
a good time.
Yeah.
There's a party going on right here, a celebration to last throughout the years.
But yeah, of course everyone knows that song because it was in that vein of like, you know, you had KC and the Sunshine Band, you had Kool and the Gang, you had all these post-disco,
Yeah.
but
Kind of funk,
funky
party
kind
band,
of.
party.
Yeah, yeah, it was all good shit. We all listened to it.
Exactly. And that song it hit number 1 for 2 weeks. So Celebration was on the charts for 2 weeks at number 1. This song came in, and it's not even a pop or rock song that knocked it off the charts.
Let me guess. Kenny Rogers.
Close. You're close. You're very, very close. Let's do, instead of the male version of Kenny Rogers, what would it be?
Dolly Parton.
And what would the song be?
9 to 5.
Working 9 to
What a way to make a living, barely getting by.
Yeah.
So 9 to 5 actually, hit the number 1 spot and, knocked
Pushed it out.
Pushed
No
it out
kidding.
after 2 weeks.
Well, yeah. Don't go up against me on music trivia. I'll kick your ass.
We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright.
Does
I
it say
think-
party in the song, though?
No, but celebration is another word for party. Celebration, party, it's all the same thing.
All right. Well, we're blurring the lines right now,
Well,
folks.
you know what? I think they say party in the song somewhere. I don't know who.
All right.
But when you think about party, you think about that song. When you go to a party, or at least back in the day, maybe now it might be different. You go to a dance.
All right, Troy, I'll let you slide on that one.
No,
man. That's
no,
all
no,
right,
no.
man.
There's no
Come on.
sliding.
No, all right.
There's no
Well,
sliding.
no, I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
that was a huge song, and everyone knows that song.
Everybody knows the song, but I don't know. I still don't know who Cool is. Still haven't figured that part out.
He's like KC.
Anyway, that's our top 3 party songs. Leave your picks below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time in the shed.
We'll see you guys.
Happy anniversary, Dave.
You too.
All right.
And that's how it works, T. Well, you've been around before.